Hi guys, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use informal commands, so commands with to. This video is going to be about affirmative to commands, and then I'm making another video too that you guys can check out with negative to commands. So hope this helps, and after this one, go ahead and go on over and watch my negative to commands video as well. Alright, so for affirmative informal commands, this formula for how to do commands is pretty easy actually. You just use the el, usted in the present tense. So this is going to be one word. So examples are going to be like if you want to say caminar, but you want to tell someone like walk, like commanding them to walk, you would say camina. If you want to tell someone to stop, so parar, then you would say para. So like that. So literally all you have to do for this one is you are using the el, usted form in the present tense of whatever verb that you want to command someone to do. So now, as with any Spanish conjugations of verbs, there's always going to be some irregulars. So here are the irregulars that you guys should definitely know for the mandates. So if you've learned this in class, then go ahead and pause the video right now and you can try to test yourself and see if you can remember all of the irregulars. But for those of you who haven't, we're going to go through it in a second. So if you have, pause the video and try to test yourself right now. So now we're going to go through the irregulars. So salir means to leave. So if you want to tell someone leave, you're going to say sal. Decir is to tell. So if you want to tell someone tell, then you would say di. Ser, like be something. When you're commanding that, you want to say say with that accent over the e. For hacer, if you want to tell someone to do something or make something, you're going to use has with a z. For ir, if you want to tell someone to go, you'd say ve. For poner, if you want to tell someone to put something somewhere, you'd say pon. And for tener, if you want to tell someone to have something, you say ten. And for venir, if you want to tell someone to come, you'll say ven. Alright, so now that we have learned both how to conjugate the regular verbs and how to conjugate irregulars, now we're going to talk about how to use indirect and direct object pronouns. Because when you're commanding someone something, you aren't just going to say do, because the question is do what. So you want to say do it or do something. So if we're writing, we'll use this as our example, do it. We know that do is going to be hacer, and we just talked about how you conjugate that. It's an irregular. It's going to be has. And then it, you would use lo. So then, in this case, for using this, because lo is going to be a direct object pronoun, we have our verb first, so has, and then lo right after. But in these cases, it's going to be all one word. Your verb, your indirect object pronoun, and your direct object pronoun are all going to be one word. So do it is going to translate to aslo. But now, if we want to use, like if we want to say visit me, so me is going to be an indirect object pronoun, but because there's no direct object pronoun, it's going to look pretty similar. So visit conjugated for a command is going to be visita, because it's just visit in the el, usted form, and then me in Spanish is just me. So to write this, we would write visitame. But this looks like visitame is how you would say it in Spanish. So that's why I have this little accent mark here over the verb, because for verbs with 2+ syllables, so visita has 2+ syllables, in these cases, you're going to put an accent on the second last syllable in each of those verbs. So it's going to be visitame instead of visitame. So that's why we put that accent there. So now, if we're going to use both indirect and direct object pronouns, we could use the example like tell me it. So we know tell is going to be di, because we just did that. That's an irregular. Me is going to be me, and it is going to be lo. So we're going to put all that together, and tell me it is going to conjugate to, or become di me lo. And then again, this D only has one syllable, so that means it doesn't need an accent. So if you want to say tell me it, you'd say dímelo, and then this I-dop is before the direct object pronoun. So that is the order that you guys need to do it in. Alright, so now as always, we'll have you guys do some practice. So fill in these commands with what you think is the right answer, and then pause the video to do so, and then when you play it again, we can come back and figure it out and talk about it together. So pause the video right now to fill it in. So now here is what you guys should have for the answers. So for deposit it, deposit is going to be deposita. So then to keep that same stress, when we attach the lo to the end of it, we're going to say depositalo. So we're going to have that accent on the I for sure. And then the lo should be attached to deposita. For play with me is not going to be an I-dop. It's just going to be with me. It's separate from the verb. So we're going to conjugate play like normal. So juega. And then conmigo would be with me. And then it wouldn't be connected to the end of juega. For close it, we have cerralo. And so this one, we aren't going to need that accent because if we read this and it reads as cerralo, even when you have the lo on the end of it. So that is good, and we aren't going to need the accent for that one. So, and then cerra is the conjugation of close, so that's why we have that, and then the lo is attached to it. So yeah, hope this helps you guys, and after this video, you guys should go on over and watch my negative commands video. Thanks for watching!